global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. We have three news to render. We're going to wrap them up in very quickly. One has to do with a former aspirant, or rather, still an aspirant, who was unable to get his presidential ticket in APC, moved to another party, and still was unable to get a ticket. Have decided to tell all his supporters and other Nigerians who to vote for. And of course, one of the prominent influencers in Nigeria who actually took out Peter Obi and the Peter Obi supporters, took them to the cleaners, was ready really to work against them, have decided to do the needful right now. And of course, still on the same vein, a lot of political pundits and Nigerians and politicians have decided to open it up the way it is. In fact, they have decided to tell PDP that they may just be losing out as Peter Obi has taken over. We're going to wrap that on to one. But let's quickly start with the stand of PDP and Peter Obi and what South and South-East stands again. Well, Majid Dahiru, a journalist and entrepreneur, has said that the People's Democratic Party has lost its most secure support base in the Southeast and Southwest, especially with the emergence of Peter Obi as the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. The journalist said this during an interview where he said he was very disappointed in the People's Democratic Party for zoning its presidential ticket to the north, while it has been agreed that the South should take the ticket. Owing to the above reason, he said that the PDP is now perceived as a party that is dishonorable, lacks fidelity and commitment to agreement, adding that the party has started the presidential race on a very wrong footing. He said that the PDP's Gestason zoning is already a disadvantage to the party because the northern wing of the ruling All Progressive Congress did the right thing by zoning their ticket to the south, despite the fact that they have all it takes to win the election, irrespective of the zone their presidential candidate comes from. He also went further to say, he said that although Governor Ifeanyi Okowa is a good fit for the vice presidential position of Nigeria, but picking him as Atiku Abubakar's presidential candidate is not enough. According to him, it is not the responsibility of Okowa to win back the support of the People's Democratic Party from its strongest base, as the South-East and the South-South. Rather, the presidential candidate of the party is the one that needs to go to the zone and have a heart-to-heart conversation with them if he really needs to win the presidential race. Majid Dahiru also said that as it stands today, Peter Obi of the Labour Party has taken over the support base of PDP in the Southeast and South-South substantially. He added that the PDP may lose the election because it's likely to lose most of its support in the South. More so, the northern elements of the APC have made a firm commitment to mobilize voters in the region to their preferred presidential candidates in the South. My God, this is as fearful and truthful as they can come. Of course, let's find out what Kingsley Moghalu, who lost out in both APC and PDP primary election. Kingsley Moghalu, a former presidential aspirant of the African Democratic Congress, who resigned after losing in party primaries, which was conducted on the 8th of June in Abeokuta to Dumebi Kachukwu, revealed to his supporters the type of presidential candidate to support in 2023 election. It will be noted that after Kingsley Moghalu resigned from ADC, many of his followers had been expecting him to decamp to another party and proceed with his presidential ambition. However, Kingsley Moghalu has revealed that for now he won't be joining any political parties, despite many of them lobbying him to join them and have the presidential ticket. He noted that he intends to remain keenly engaged in Nigeria's immediate future, including the elections, with contributions that are appropriate and could be helpful in nation building. The former ADP presidential aspirant, however, admonished his supporters and the general public who had the intention or who have the intention of voting for him as the presidential candidate in the general elections if he had emerged to support and cast their ballot in the 2023 election for the candidate that shared a close vision of making the country secure, prosperous, and united. He made it known that the best chance to achieve this type of vision is to have a transformative leadership that represents a break from the old political order that previously has been in existence. Wow, it can't be better said than this. And of course, one of the strongest influencers, Single Link, have actually apologized to Peter Obi. Oh yes, some fortnight ago, he made some statement that a whole lot of obedient supporters found very not only insulting but annoying. But they chose to totally ignore him. But hence, he had decided to do the needful. Let's find out exactly those said what he said, and the said what he made, and of course, his and total disregard for human rights is craving a niche as a threat to our democracy, despite the complaints he has failed to address it. But right now, he had decided to apologize. This was what one doctor made mention after listening to him. Said, "Look, I'm very proud of Single for standing up like a man and apologizing to Peter Obi, his fans, and the NSAS he offended. I think we must thank all of them for doing the needful." I guess this is quite interesting. He decided that he has goofed and he apologized, regardless of what he has done. Because he actually noticed that most Nigerians just ignore him, really. But he also reacted, according to him, was based on the fact that he was actually being trolled, insulted, and he was like, "Look, maybe it's time we talk to Peter Obi and he should talk to his people." But it's good to know that he has apologized. Okay, but what's your take on what Moghalu Kingsley has said concerning his standpoint of who to vote, and of course the fact that the Labour Party presidential aspirant Peter Obi has been probably will sweep up the whole of the PDP structure over the fact that PDP promised and they didn't deliver. And they were supposed to zone into southern part of Nigeria and possibly southeast, but alas, that was not supposed to be. That didn't happen, and they feel kind of betrayed. South feels betrayed, especially Southeast feels betrayed. But then, who knows? 2023, I tell you, is an open-ended election. Anyone really can take the day. That's what we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in the comment section. What's the take?